but Washington's shot, man on second kind of shit. But we'll keep an eye on that. So let's go deep talking to some Mets news right now.
Okay. So yeah, the first thing out there is the Mets, their chances at the playoffs. You and I both said I think they need to win
They have
out.
to win out.
They
They
have to
have
win
to.
out. And not only do they have to win out, the other teams, like the Braves, need to start losing. Or not the Braves, but the
Miami and
Phillies.
Phillies.
Right.
And so far, they lost last night. Unfortunately, we lost too.
Exactly. We're not helping ourselves.
2-1 loss. It hurts, God, but we need some help, And then the question is, I don't think actually he's playing tonight either. It's Conforto.
Okay.
Everyone's like, oh, it's just a day off yesterday, but he should have pitched hits in the ninth inning, but he didn't. So it's telling me that the injury, I think, is more than what people are saying.
It's not good.
And like our best hitter this year, not in the lineup, and I don't remember. I don't think he's in the lineup tonight.
Who's that?
Conforto.
Conforto? If he's not in the lineup, there must be something wrong because Conforto is one of our best hitters, and this is crunch time. You got to have him in
I
there.
understand, oh, it's just his day off yesterday, but I'm pulling it up right now. I don't think
you don't need a day off. We're playing 60 games. You're a young guy. This team needs wins now. You got to play Conforto.
No, he's not playing tonight again. So yeah, he's definitely injured.
So something's going on here.
Yeah,
we're gonna keep an eye on that.
That definitely hurts.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, it's gonna be hard. We have the Rays right now. We are winning 3-1. Tomorrow night we get Glasnow, I believe, for the Rays, and then 4 games against the Nationals.
The only thing we can do is win. If the Mets can just win, the rest is going to have to take care of itself. If not, we put up a good effort. But the main thing is they got to take W's. We can't take L's. That's our whole problem. Every time we need a win, we don't get it.
Yeah, and it doesn't help with our best pitcher going last night and not getting a win. It hurts.
Oh, I know, and he definitely put us in a position to win.
Right,
we got to get more than one run. Like you said, the other teams, they're averaging 4 or 5 runs a game. What is wrong?
Yeah, and when we had the best average in baseball, when I pulled up the team stat and that's what we had, I'm like, you got to be joking me right now.
Exactly.
And how are we sub 500 team then? We all know that. It's the damn pitching.
It's the Mets, man. It's the Mets.
It hurts. So we'll see what happens. 3-1 victory. If hopefully the bullpen holds up to this and we win, it's like, okay, there's 1, 5 more to go. Yes, we have a hard, we'll see what Nationals do. I doubt they'll lie down because, they still want to prove that they're defending champs. But
yeah.
So, but next news we got to talk about is Steve Cohen is thinking about bringing back our former GM as a new role.
Yeah, man. I don't know what to think about this. He's talking about bringing back Sandy Alderson. And I get it because I think he's worked closely with him and he knows him a little bit. So it makes he's comfortable with the guy. What do you think?
Yeah, he's some form of advisory role. I think because right now Sandy is a special advisor for back his old team, the Oakland Athletics.
Yeah.
But I think to come back as a Met, where his son is still a pro scout for the Mets, is he's going to be in a fixed position. Yeah, because Cohen was on the board for the Mets when, Sandy would come to report. So they became a friendship. So SNY first reported that the idea that, Anderson was the GM for 8 years, last 6, which Cohen was on the partner for the team. He was on the board of the directors. So they got close. And I could see where he could be a senior advisor, like a scenario he can be advisor to anything that can be the team president. Not as a GM role, he could be that president for Cohen.
Well, we'll see. I mean, when Cohen was asked about it, he said it's premature to talk about management decisions, but I'd say with certain baseball people will be running baseball operations.
Yeah, and you're talking about a guy who set us up for where we at right now with pitching and stuff, But if Anderson does come back, expect to from Push to have Paul Deposit return an important role. He was once the Dodgers GM and one of his lieutenants when he was with the Mets before leaving, which now he's the chief strategy officer for the Cleveland Browns.
Okay, cool.
So, and Cohen has a relationship with him as well. So it comes to realize where everyone believes is Sandy's going to clean house once he gets approved.
It's fine. I'm not super concerned. I'm just happy that Cohen's going to be the new owner and the Wilpons aren't going to be the owners. So
Yeah.
finally stuff can get done.
Yeah, because I believe Anderson had stuff he wanted to do, but
I'm
Wilpons,
sure.
cuffed him.
Look,
And
yeah, we're about to be the new Yankees. That's
so,
all there is to it.
and then the rumor of, Cohen's going to bring big guys like Theo's involved. Cashman is thrown out there because he wants to bring winning mentality to the Mets, and he's going to pay for it to get his team. So it's going to be interesting. If he does, Anderson comes back, he could become the president and then get Cashman or Theo come over. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how this team, what Cohen does, and if he gets the votes in November. And fortunately, everyone will be like, here's your pink ticket. Goodbye.
I think he'll be fine.
I think so too.
He'll get the votes. So the next thing I want to talk about is Cohen is also going to be getting 3 minor league teams with the deal.
Yeah. Everyone figured that Port St. Lucie and Syracuse was being involved. The shocker is that Brooklyn is going to be part of the deal as well. Both since St. Louis was purchased a couple years ago, so they can have a AAA facility, but the Brooklyn Cyclones technically is not met. It's Starlin Equities portfolio owns Brooklyn Cyclones.
Huh.
So the only team that technically Mets have a contract with, prior to this, is the Colombian Fireflies, but technically their deal ends this season. And with MLB and minor league baseball figuring out what they're going to do, the rumor and thought is that Brooklyn Cyclones will become the AA facility for Mets if they do a 3-team rotation or 4-team, however minor league baseball is.
Which team are the Rumble Ponies?
They are the AA.
Is that one on this list or no?
No.
Okay, so they're not getting that team.
No, I think that's one of the deals, but like I said, that's the team that's rumored to be cut out from the Mets if they go to 3 teams, and Brooklyn become the new AA ponies.
Okay, hey man, so. That's pretty exciting though. If Cohen can get 3 minor league teams with the deal, that's great because that's organization all the way through.
Yeah, and we all believe that MLB wants, like we talked about it, where they want them to own it, and Cohen will, if investing in his future, he's going to invest in those properties and up what needs to be done. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. Can't wait.
So, and then I guess think we could talk about, win or lose the rest of this week. Mets make the playoffs. They don't. They have a busy offseason ahead.
Yeah.
First things first is if Cohen gets the votes, becomes our new owner in November at the league vote is the first thing. But the Mets have given up many ups and downs recent years. The one thing generally has been their pitching rotation.
Yes.
But when Sandy was there, he prioritized it. That's why the postseason, the World Series appearance and then the wild card appearance was pitching. But looking ahead to 2021, the rotation has a lot of questions. DeGrom is the rock. Behind him, David Peterson has looked promising, has potential.
Yes.
Seth Lugo's looking good until last week, but he's having a great game tonight. So that's looking well. Gisellman has not showed up, short opportunity. Of course, Syndergaard has Tommy John. Matz look lost. And Rick Porcello and Waka will be free agents.
We don't need them back.
And then Stroman will be a free agent as well. So they have currently got to fill the rotation. It's a far cry for one team with playoff aspiration, but Matthew Brownstein tweeted this Friday after Matt's start. This is the 51st game of the season tonight. This is the 21st time the Met starter has failed to record 12 outs in a start this year. That's a whopping 41% of the time. Yikes. So, got to fill that rotation. So, whoever, we just talked about, if he cleans house, whoever comes in, going to have to come strong real quick because you're talking about early November, the vote. So, you're talking about a month before free agency starts. So I hope they're doing their homework. I hope he's already talking to people.
I would say, I was just thinking that he better be talking to people now.
Like who he wants to plug and play. Like, look, I get the votes. You're going to be this. You're going to be this. If he's trying to get, Cashman or Theo, that's you can't really do that right now because, they are under contract. But people who are like, Anderson, who is just advisory for the Oakland A's, he can be talked to and people he's involved. So first thing first is got to sign one of the top free agent pitchers. You would think either Trevor Bauer or bringing Stroman back is the main thing you'd think you need for a starter.
I think Bauer would be dope. Bauer and DeGrom back to back. Wow.
And then Peterson showed well. Lugo showed well. and then Syndergaard come back from Tommy John. You're
Yes.
talking about a scary rotation right there.
I agree. That's what we need. And that's what we're known for. Like, the whole time, the last, I don't know, 5 or so years, the Mets have always been known as a hard throwing team. And that's like the flamethrowers. And that's what we want.
Yeah. And then hell, if you have the money and the availability, sign both of them.
Oh yeah, you're right. Why not?
Then bullpen, I can think of one name this offseason is Alex Colomi for the White Sox. If White Sox didn't hold on to him, he's having a great couple years. He's a little older, but he can be a bullpen arm that Mets can use.
Okay.
After that, we have talked about JT Realmuto.
Okay.
At least don't sign.
I know you're really hot on this guy.
Like if you think catcher, because Mets are going to need a catcher.
Yes.
Ramos out. If you think a young guy, this is the guy to get this offseason. Mets tried to trade for him. Miami just wanted too many prospects. They said no, thank you. And apparently Phillies and him and his camp are far apart. So you think he's 29, you can get a 6-7 year deal, hopefully. And, he's a great catcher.
Well, yeah, you know what? We do need to solidify our catcher because the guy's he's calling the whole game. We need somebody in there who's going to be in there for the long term. I agree, man. We need to go ahead and lock him up.
And the next position I could think of is a true center fielder.
Well, I don't know if we need to lock anybody up. We have plenty of outfielders.
But center fielder is the question. Nimmo has been one of the worst center fielders in baseball this year, defensively.
Okay.
So if there's one name, if a free agent this year, if you think of a big name, a big splash, is George Springer.
Okay.
It all depends on deals, what he's looking for and what Cohen's willing to spend. That's a name. If you think true center fielder who hits, power, and very defensive center fielder, you think of George Springer. So,
yeah,
and you can easily then move Nimmo to left field, Conforto right, and then technically we all believe DH is staying, where Dom Smith can rotate, and then if you do something like that, then JD Davis is more expendable to trade for something we need, like a bullpen arm or something.
Pitching. Yeah, most likely pitching for us.
And then last thing, I think this off season is going to be extending Conforto and extending McNeil.
They must.
Conforto is a guaranteed. His last year, his Cohen next year.
Right.
McNeil, you could probably get on a more of a team friendly extension.
Timeout. Washington just hit a 2-run bomb
to win the game.
Oh, bottom of the 8th. Oh no, final
innings. It's extra innings.
Oh, final inning
because it was doubleheader today.
Walk off. Go Nationals. Yeah, they sure did, man.
Thank you, Nationals.
Well, how about that?
How about that?
But to go back to what you were saying, man, I absolutely agree. McNeil and Conforto are two key pieces to our organization. We have to lock both of them up. That's got to be priority. That has to be priority.
Yeah, like Conforto is definitely must. McNeil, I think it'd be a great team.
McNeil is too good not to. He's like a Tim Anderson, like you said. Like
you brought him up 2 years ago. He had great, and then his first full year last year had a breakout year. And then this year had a slow start, but then got hot and still is one of the best averages in baseball. It's like him. Why not?
Right. I think we need to lock both those guys up.
I think so. And then Pete, I think it's still too early now with his struggles this year. I think you can have another year before to negotiate with him to have more of a team friendly deal. So, and then, and then you can kind of look at Syndergaard, but with the injury, you can probably wait till spring training and see how he is.
On the priority list. I agree.
But I think Conforto is a definitely must this offseason.
Have to. Conforto is going to be the future. He's like a David Wright. We got to get him up there. The last thing I want to talk about before we go, according to Mike Ozanian of Forbes, Steve Cohen will reportedly have 30 days after the sale of the team is finalized to place an exclusive bid on SNY.
So SNY is under contract till 2030 with the Mets as of right now. So you're talking 9 years if he could not get a deal done.
That's
before
what I'm saying.
He can make a deal.
Look, the ball is in his court because the network that's worth $1 billion has an annual equity of $150 million. However, SNY is said to currently be sitting at $850 million in debt. Mm-hmm. Who can buy that? I wonder.
So the New York Mets own 65% of SNY.
Okay.
And there's other people who got small percentages, but Mets are majority owners. So if you think about it, he could buy the Mets out and even buy some of the smaller people, or go ahead and buy some of the smaller people and still give Mets, the Wilpons buy half their team, where they can still own part of SNY to get some money, but he could buy the other small people and then buy half of them and then become a controlling interests at SNY.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying, like you said, the Wilpons own 65% of it, but they're in debt, and he can easily get them out of the debt by buying it at a discount, just like he bought the Mets at a discount. I'm saying, man, this could happen. He needs it to happen. He needs something.
Yeah, if you think about it, he's paying for debt from the Mets from the sale.
Exactly.
So why not, like, that $4 billion offer for Bove is looking very enticing right now.
It really is. It really is. If you're the Wilpons, how do you not say yes?
Yeah, like you don't like. So you really, if you think about it, if his offer originally was 2 for each, but so it came out 2.4 for the Mets.
Yes.
So you're talking 1.6 billion. But if you're saying it's about 800 million debt,
850 in debt, I think.
God, you're still talking about 800 million if he takes on the debt and then buys the team.
I'm just saying, somebody's got to pay up that debt.
I think you just go ahead and do it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
You need it because, with the team need a balance, but he's still going to be the richest owner in baseball and actually in all sports.
That's what I'm saying. He can outright buy SNY and not flinch. See, this is the reason why he's going to be the owner. A-Rod's group would not be in this position. I don't care what you say.
And then with, yes, you bought the team, but then you're not going to make money because you don't have SNY.
Right.
So they would have to sell the property around the Brown City Field to try to make some money up.
That's not a good start. That's not a good start at all. They're freaking in the couches digging for change trying to buy this team.
And then Cohen has money where he can build up around City Field to make where Texas has an entertainment district so people can pregame and go post game and stuff like that. I've been to City, Allen hasn't yet, and it is rough around the stadium. They've been buying up property lately, so I think they are going to try to build something around there. So we'll have to wait and see with that. So,
all right, man. I think that's all I have for today.
Yeah, that's all we got.
Hey, Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a sticker. She picture